Hi folks, welcome back to the Carver's Woodshop. This is Arlene Zomer once again, and I'm going to explain to you about what is a good carving knife and what it's not. I know they're a little blurry on the background, but I want to show you up close some of the things that you need to look for on these knives. I have quite a variety of knives already here, and in my very first segment I told you folks to use a standard knife that was stationary in the handle. These are knives that I have here. These two were about $10 to $13 a piece. This one was, I think, either $35 or $38 for this particular one. And then this one was about a $6 one, but I grinded down the handle to fit my hand better. It was kind of an oddball that I found at a show. Now, I bought all these at a carving show. But I also got in the habit of buying things on eBay. And the one pocket knife that I have found, because I looked at the whittling jack, and I can't justify $100 and some for a whittling jack. It's just, most of it you probably just use one or two blades. If you have one and you enjoy it, that's great. But I just felt that I could do just as well with a regular good pocket knife. So I want to share with you that most of these, this is a Rough Rider pocket knife, and if you're interested in buying these on eBay, you don't want them any longer, the handle part, no longer than 3.5 inches long. Including the blade, I think it's about 5.5 inches long in length. There are shorter knives in this. It has 3 blades in it. As you see, it's got a little blade there, and they've got a nice little blade that I like in the Rough Rider. It's this blade here. It's got that little scoop up here, and it's pretty neat because you can get into really small places. You can fold it up and take it with you. The reason I don't have beginners use a pocket knife is because sometimes it can collapse on you, whether you're sharpening it on a wheel, an electric wheel, or an electric strop, or it can just collapse on you when you're carving. And it's happened to me even closing these things. I've cut myself. So you really need to handle this with extreme care if you buy a pocket knife. And I don't recommend it for children. I would recommend the stationary knives for anybody that's just learning to carve. The reason for that is simply because of it collapsing, because these blades are not locked into place. It's not like a lock blade that you can push it up and lock it in. I want to share something else with you. I usually like to buy the three blades in one. These cost about I think I paid $13 a piece, maybe $2 to ship or something like that. So less than $15 for these pocket knives. The reason I like the Rough Rider, and it has become one of my favorite knives, is they're all made in China. Most of all the knives that you see today, other than the case, was made in China. These were made here in the U.S. By local people, just like you saw at the Lancaster show. These knives are very good to buy if you like it. The only reason I also like a pocket knife is you can close it. You don't need to put a cover on the end. And just shove it in your pocket and take a piece of wood with you, and you can carve anywhere with it. But the one thing that I wanted to tell you is how important it is to know what the blade hardness is. Now these, when you buy them at a carving show, they're usually a Rockwell hardness of 57 or higher. And that's important. If it's less than 50, 56, 57, I wouldn't even bother buying them because it will not hold an edge very, very well. With the stainless steel, and the reason I have this that I can show it up to you close is, see this number? There's a number, it says buck 373, okay? That will not hold an edge very well, and I did not know that when I bought the knife. I would sharpen this thing and resharpen it and resharpen it. Because it's stainless steel, the number 373 is a low number. It should be at least a 440 or higher. Or like a 420 is also not a great knife either. 440 is a hardness in the stainless steel that will hold an edge much better. And these Rough Riders are a 440. I'll show you. This one is, I showed you what this one was. Here is and this is not one of my favorite. It has a curve to it. This is an American Classic, and I bought it from the same dealer off eBay, and just to try a couple of different knives. And you will see it says, I guess you can see it, it says 440, okay, razor edge. That's the number you want for a stainless steel in a pocket knife. So don't buy anything that's less than that, folks, because you're just going to waste a lot of time sharpening stuff. Now, I still use these because I when I'm in the mood to sharpen, I like to sharpen a lot of things at one time. This one also is a case knife, and I don't think it has anything on that other than it's made in the USA. And this is the only one that's made in the USA. This was an older knife I found. I broke off one blade, but this held up an edge pretty well. But I don't think it's a 440 even on these. You know, and the same thing with this. It was, I think this was a Remington knife, pocket knife that I bought at a local sporting goods store, and that didn't hold an edge as well either. But these two are the Rough Riders, and I have about 3 more somewhere else, so usually over at the farm. And these are the ones that are really nice. If you can find one with a clip like this, they're great. Also, remember, you're going to have to resharpen any of the pocket knives. They're never to a point where you can just take them and use them, not like these when you first buy them. These have to be reground a lot of times, and it's kind of nice because then you can shape them any way you want. If you want a little shorter, you can, or a little stubbier at the end, you just can grind that down, you know, if you're into that. I've also made my own pocket knives years ago out of straight razors, and that takes a lot of work. I don't do that any longer. I used to use wooden handles, and then I used duct tape because I could take the duct tape back off and make the blade longer if I had to. So that's some information for you if you're going to ever buy pocket knives. These I got on eBay. If you're interested in getting these, I'll see if I can find the person I bought these from. They're reasonable priced, and you can buy a couple of them, and it's a good way to learn how to grind your tools on one of these rather than one of your expensive ones. But again, you need extreme care, and always make sure you wear carving gloves, especially if you're new to carving, especially if you want to use a carving a pocket knife. So that's a little information. Remember, the numbers are important, 440 or higher. Okay, folks, we'll catch you next time around.